Hi, my name is Mare Cromwell, and I'm a Gaia Mystic and High Priestess, and the visionary and co-web weaver of the Thousand Goddesses Gathering Global Grid. And I'm deeply honored to share with you the spiritual and energetic report from the Thousand Goddesses Gathering Global Grid of 2023. First off, this was the largest unified field of ceremonies that we have organized since the inception of the Thousand Goddesses Gathering in 2016. There were 254 recorded ceremonies in 30 nations and countless others, which we were not informed about, which took place on October 21st and 22nd. To have this many nodes anchoring the divine feminine into their specific region of the world was huge. And I know that Mother Gaia was overjoyed about this. To start, as many are aware, we were collaborating with the Heart Math Institute this year to determine whether there would be any potential rising of global coherence during our event on Saturday, October 21st, between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Unfortunately, their technology did not record any shifts during that time period, which was a bit of a disappointment to us. For me personally, this begs the question of whether the energetics of a global grid of divine feminine ceremonies may be outside the range of energies that their technology monitors, ? Does anyone have the technological equipment to sense when our spirit teams of goddesses on the spirit plane, along with our ancestors and more, come in to support us? I do know that there is an energy shift when I'm involved in good ceremony, as I've experienced it multiple times. And people have reported to me at the end of these global grids over the past few years that they felt a significant shift of energy. So maybe we humans are not meant to be measuring these types of ceremonial energies. Maybe the technology doesn't exist yet, or maybe we just didn't create enough of a shift in the global coherence. I can only ponder these questions at this point in time. And I'm very, very grateful to the Heart Math Institute for partnering with us to explore any energetic shift at all. What I'm certain about is that there was a raising of divine feminine energies across the planet, per the reports of others and my communications with Mother Gaia. And I'd like to share some of these beautiful reports from different people who were part of the global grid, which attests to this. To start with, a woman in Oregon who can see spirit and participated in the online ceremony that Emmi, Mutale, and I co-led on the day of the Thousand Goddesses Gathering. She actually witnessed a fawn, or a satyr, nature spirit, emerge from a portal in her backyard and come close to the, I guess it was her patio doors where she was sitting inside. And as she worded it, quote unquote, he bowed on bended knee as if like a knight before royalty in honor of the Thousand Goddesses Gathering ceremony. He stayed that way throughout the ceremony. And then he simply went back to whence he came. And I want to add a little note here, and that is that the Thousand Goddesses Gathering Global Grid has been partnering with the nature spirit realms for a number of years. We've been working closely with them. And a couple of years ago, they actually requested the overarching nature spirit, I guess you could say kings, queens, whatever the term is. They actually requested that the ceremonial leaders for all the ceremonies around the planet call in the nature spirits and specifically invite the wounded nature spirits into their ceremonies so that these wounded ones could receive some healings. So it really warms my heart that this fawn or this satyr did come into that woman's backyard and bow on bended knee during our online ceremony. It was really an honor. Another gifted person who was involved in the online ceremony reported seeing beautiful pink and red rose petals drifting out on a wind across the planet. And then Sekhmet showed up, and this person ended up with a beautiful jeweled rosebud in his heart. This was a man who actually joined that ceremony. Another woman who was part of the online ceremony relayed, during this ceremony, I experienced being held in a space of the peace that passeth all understanding, and of sacredness beyond the sacred, as I sat in my own womb, within the wombs of Mother Gaia, of the Great Mother, and of the Creatrix. And then she continued. She said, I felt strongly the presence of luminous love from Sirius, from Venus, and slightly less strongly from the Pleiades, And later in the meditation, I became of the presence of Yeshua. At that moment, I was taken to the Sea of Galilee, where I felt I was witnessing an activation of the crystals beneath the lake. The scene held feelings of eternal peace, harmony, and joy as a vast fountain of crystalline love light rose from the waters of the lake. She ended with stating that she wanted to share this as it was in such contrast to the present turmoil in that part of the world. From a coven in Belgium came this report. After invoking 1,000 goddesses, including Grandmother Spider, Gaia, and many, many others, and then doing a despacho ceremony, they asked the goddesses for their blessing for all of us and their intervention so that the forces of life may prevail on our beautiful earth. And during their ceremony, some of their participants heard ancient voices singing together with them. A priestess of the Morrigan in their group saw how a circle of spirit women joined their circle all around them to honor the goddesses invoked. She said it was really powerful and the Morrigan approved. A woman in Canada who works closely with Mother Gaia received a number of dreams from Gaia the night preceding the 1,000 Goddesses Gathering. They were dreams about deep, unconditional love, unity and community, self-love, and compassion that people were experiencing in their ceremonial circles. Then there was a birth and rebirth dream that she had too. This was not only about Gaia rising and birthing a new earth, it's all about her ambassadors gathering together with the goddesses, divine feminine and divine masculine and ancestors, etc. This is raising the frequency at the level of everyone's heart and soul. It is uncovering the veil for human consciousness to rise and evolve. And then at the end of the event she was leading, she heard the goddesses, ancestors, and Gaia saying thank you. Lastly, an extraordinary cosmic shaman friend of mine reported, visually, I saw this pink energy coming down from above, flowing down into this grid-like structure that held all the ceremonies together. I also saw energy, orange energy, coming from below to the same grid. The grid appeared to be in a placeholder that spun a certain way, causing a vortex that dispersed harmful energies and minimized the friction among those who participated in the united field of ceremonies. There was a very peaceful cohesiveness that tied the entire gathering, which aligned everyone on the same chapter. I could feel different individual ceremonies connected to far reaches of the universe, such as different sectors of the galaxy were supporting each ceremony. It was a celebration of the connections rekindling amongst humans and non-humans alike. I got a very lovely feeling from the creatrix. The ceremonies enabled her to anchor in and solidify certain aspects that would benefit us human inhabitants in the long run. It will be very hard to map out the exact influence of the gatherings because the bulk of it involved planting seeds and generating momentum, if not amplifying existing momentum and favoring certain beneficial trends over others. There was a torus effect that was self-sustaining, arising from the collective energies of the gatherings. The parts benefit the whole, and the whole benefits the parts. Her final report here, or part of her report, is more humans are open than most would realize, and the spirit teams see that. Gaia was beaming with joy. The family of one in the cosmic realms and the other councils who oversee these gatherings are utilizing every opportunity to make the most out of the collective intention. They're very happy for everyone who participated and look forward to what happens next. As a whole, it was a wonderful experience. May we be reminded of the support available to us every day, in every way, and the joy of celebrating together as communities. It is precious to have this connection with each other across all species. And the divine feminine nurtures and creates. Magnified by the gatherings, may we bask in the love and the gifts offered. So that completes the spiritual energetic report of the 1,000 Goddesses Gathering 2023. And all of you are invited to join again the next time we do one of these spiritual grids in 2024. Sending you so much love and hugs to every single one of you.